People, DG, I'm back again. Thank you very much for coming back and them things there. Now, Deluded Thoughts, the one segment I actually enjoy of my YouTube stuff to a degree, because I don't really mix my words and I give it to you how you want, people. I'd say Deluded has taught me a lot. This, when I say Deluded, I mean this YouTube stuff has taught me a lot. Like, I'm nowhere where I would like to be, and it's not full time or nothing for man right now, but I fell into this kind of by accident. Cause I didn't see none of this coming, people. I didn't see the BT going on BT, getting a little show on BT, not show, but you know what I mean, little segment thing. That awards, the amount of praise, the subscribers, being on other platforms. Again, I'm nowhere where I would love to be. I'm nobody at this moment in time. I'm nowhere near the ambitions I want. Like, I wish I could show you my room, people, but my ambitions are over there, and I'm not even in this room at the moment. I'm through the window. So, like I said, I'm 24 years of age, and I don't feel I've personally achieved anything of significance in my personal life, people, in anything. And that life really hit me at 21, and I'm kind of chasing that, for rightly or wrongly. Again, I always tell you lot, and I sound like a hypocrite, you need to take time to assess how far you've come, accomplishments, celebrate accomplishments, big or small. Don't look at other people and think, oh, I've accomplished something, but it's not as big as my man or that woman over there, so it's nothing. Celebrate your own thing. Don't let people. I've had to learn that myself, and that's one thing I like about myself. Like I said, man, how many subscribers have I got, for example? Like what 9? Last time I checked, 9k, 9 odd k, 9,700 subscribers. Now, that's a lot of people to me. I've given you the example. If that's humans physically standing in front of me, that's a mad thing, people. Some people, that's nothing in it, but they can't take that away from me. And it's been an accident, people. I never thought that would happen. I never thought people would say, you can do this, you can do that, you can be put into this and stuff. You lot know me, I'd love to be a coach or a scout. They're things, like, yeah, and they're very attainable. I'd love to do that, but I feel I'm being pushed into this sort of media realm or something like this, and I do enjoy it, and I do think we're very young, both in the YouTube space and in terms of getting some diverse faces and people on TV. Like, I'm not saying that's gonna be me, but I just feel the landscape we're moving into is that to a degree, because people are being able to find via YouTube specifically what they want to watch, listen to, and hear. Not just YouTube, obviously podcasts and things like that, but I've been taken aback, people. I was taken aback first and foremost by the amount of support I was getting from my friends and close ones. Some people couldn't understand it at first, but they got behind it. And strangers, really, people. Like, little comments like, yo, I like this little brother or something, or yo, this, well done, and all of these sort of things to this day. It really takes me aback, people. It shocks me. Like, it's almost by accident, people, to a degree, man. Like, I didn't wish for none of this. I just talk about football. I genuinely love football. Like, if nothing happens for me, I'm going to be working my 9 to 5 and talking about football with my friends, because that's all I wanted to do, people. Like a lot of you, obviously the cookie don't crumble that way, and not everyone can be footballers, but that's all I wanted to do in my life, people. All I wanted to do is football, rightly or wrongly. And if I have a youth, I would tell them, if I could go back in time, I would consider everything. I wouldn't have changed anything. I still would have pursued football, because people will see that, okay, I failed ultimately. Like a lot of you, we didn't become footballers, but I think it teaches you a lot, because people, all them 10,000 hours, all them trials, all the things I wasn't hard in that, but I've been doing that, in it. Like, I seen the politics in football and that. So I think looking back, it kind of made me, because I was proper on football, people, like proper on it. It gave me something to aspire to, and it teaches you about life. Cause what I had to learn is you can put your all into something, people, and fail, and it doesn't happen. And I learned to relish that. I fail every day. Like I said, people, my goals are over there. I'm outside. I'm failing every day. But all I can do is try, be an honest man, and keep trying, people. That's all I can do. I can take all the was and all the nonsense people throw my way, because there ain't nothing I ain't told myself, people. Like, I'm the sort of person, if I'm angry or upset, I don't like to be around people. I'm like, I need to be away, because I don't want to infect you with this emotion I have right now. I don't want to ruin your day, because my day's mess. Like, I'd been beating myself up time ago, like a lot of you lot, so there's nothing no one can tell me. And to be honest, there's been in some real life situations, what's a YouTube comment, or criticisms and stuff. God, it's mad, because again, I'm not anywhere, but people I know as well would snigger, or you would think, this is what people don't understand, people talking it, things will get back. I don't like the gossip thing, but things will get back to you, and you'll be like, rah. And then they'll smile in your face, and then they're the first ones spreading. I really realised, people, there's genuine support, and that's why I like strangers more, to be fair with you, to a degree, car. you lot can hate me or you lot can love me, but you get it. Like, I'm taken aback by you lot, really. I'd say you get genuine support, and a lot of you lot overwhelm me. Like, you lot proper mess with me. Like, shout out to, I can't remember your last name, but Omar. Every vid I drop, my man is if he's not putting, and there's other people, but if he's not putting first, he's saying good vid, and them things there. Like, man, I'm watching the thing religiously. Like, that's what gasses me, because there's genuine support. You don't know who really F's with you to that level. Like, some of them positive messages I've seen, and I've met a lot of you in person, like, yo, DG, you're doing a good thing. And for me personally, a lot of people I've met have been people from my reality or people from the community, and that's what I like in it. They're like, I'm a man of the people. The people can see I'm not trying to do something I'm not in it. Integrity is a big part of my life, people, and like, that's one thing. Like, I need to be able to look myself in the mirror and say, yo, DG, you're staying true to yourself. You're not moving rubs. You're not doing something you didn't want to do in it. Cause I got friends who will put me in check if I ever did that. But yeah, I believe in that, innit? That's why you don't see, obviously the name's Deluded and that, but that's why you don't see me rubbing myself out. Cause people lose themselves. People, it's a good thing. People can get a change and do some good things with the internet, but people lose themselves, people. And from you lose yourself, it's ironic, but you're lost. From you lose yourself, you're lost. Cause you're gonna be doing mad stuff. You're gonna be trying to fit in everywhere. I don't care what, not all these people that fake the thing in life and this YouTube thing. Eventually, when you cut through the layers and you get away from all the endorsements and all the popularity they might have, they're going home and they're crying, people. They're going home and they're crying because the money gonna dry out. The friends are not legit. They're not being themselves. And not being yourself is exhausting. Could you imagine pretending to be someone, people? It's exhausting. It's exhausting. It is. Imagine it. There'll be times you want to be yourself, but if you're yourself, no one's gonna listen to you, people. So integrity is a big part for me in it, people. Like, if it goes one way tomorrow, I want people to say DG never did nothing mad. He stayed true to himself. He said what he genuinely believes, whether I agreed or right or wrong. Because sometimes I do tweak and have some wild opinions. I watch my vids sometimes. I'm like, yo, brother, you wanted to sign my man, or you said this? Shut up, man. But banter aside, like, do you get it, people? Like, integrity is a massive thing to me, and that's just testament to the way I've been brought up and where I'm from, essentially. God, if you pretend, you'll be found out, man. Like, you'll be found out. Like, if I went eating and all of these sort of things, them people there learn to fake it to be life, innit? People smell fakeness. And that doesn't mean shouting, I'm real. This just means staying true to yourself. I talk about football. I'm not a waste, man. No one can't bad me up and that. Like, I'm a good youth, but don't try nothing. But I talk about football. I'm not forcing it. You see some people force things that they're not. The music game. How many rappers force that they're tough? And you know they're not tough. They're looking like Pop-Tarts. Like, you're going to freeze. Like, be real to yourself. Don't be real for the sake of being real. Be real to yourself, people. Don't listen to no noise. And be moving back to the deluded thoughts, like, away from, well, still on deluded thoughts. But I'd say it's taught me a lot, Carl. First and foremost, it's taught me a lot about branding, people. I've always been a business-minded person to a degree and sort of things like that, but it's taught me a lot about marketing, branding, utilising different platforms, buzzwords, things like that. Flattering myself a bit, but you could say a business owner. Networking has taught me a lot, people. It's who you know. All of these things you've seen me on or things happening, yes, it's been because I've worked bloody hard, but it's not been a naive Disney Channel thing where someone said, no, in fact, tell a lie, one has, yo, DG, your thing is good, come. It's not been that. It's been from putting in work, networking with people that can do nice things for you, and then they might get an opportunity. Someone might say, yo, because that's how the BT team works. Someone I know was contacted, they're like, yo, I'm looking for someone to do this and that. Do you know anyone? Boom, I'm there in it. Do you get it? From being there, network with other people, and again, things are happening in it. Things are bit by bit, we're getting there, people. I don't want to talk before things are done. You lot see me, I just bring things out. But do you get it? Even things like agents, like I'll be thinking to myself, like, do I need an agent? Like, how do I become my own agent? Find these little gigs to be part of. I always think to myself when I'm getting on these platforms and stuff and that, I'm thinking, if I had an agent, would it make it easier for man to just get on these things? Thinking about that. Things like invoices, people. Like I said, I've been a business-minded person, but I knew about what an invoice was, but I never knew how to do them things for myself. I know to a degree now, but do you get it? I've had to learn different skills. Obviously, my editing is not the best, and we're working with limited equipment, people, and resources. But every now and again, you lot see me, I throw in little edited vids and that. It's taught me to try and mess with that. It's taught me a lot, people, because it's taught me how to deal with trolls, for instance, in that I've always been able to deal with trolls and stuff in general in real life. Like, if you talk wash, you can talk all the wash you want. If you try to harm me physically, it's the next thing, innit? But it's taught me to air that car by nature. Like, I'm small, I'm a short guy, my temper's even shorter, innit? Like, I don't disrespect no one, but I'm not being disrespected. So if you want an issue, then we can make an issue. But I've learned to air that. Constructive criticism, obviously I've always liked constructive criticism, people, and that's probably for another vid, because it's sometimes hard to know if it's constructive criticism or is someone just being horrible for the sake of being horrible. Like, you know how what I mean by that is some people might not really and truly, they love watching my vids, but they just want to make man's day crap in it, so they'll put some nonsense on my thing in it. It's also taught me to not believe in myself more. But when I first started this thing, I thought obviously you can't behave and do things in certain sort of ways or environments you've done before, innit? So I'm going into places and I wouldn't say naive, but I'm taking off a certain cap, innit? Like, don't get me wrong, I've always been able to do that, but I'm taking off a certain cap. I've been thinking to myself, like, no, you're trying to take... Like, I've been in incidences like this, people, I'm thinking, no, you're trying to take man for a waste, man. Like, you're moving mad. You're trying to... So I've learned to marry all the experiences and stuff that's made me me. I've learned to marry it and find a good balance and bring that, because I might not be... I'm business minded, but I'm not the most skilled businessman, the most this and that, but I'm fairly street smart, people. And what I mean by that is I know if something's too good to be true. I know if you're trying to scam me. I can't read man's intentions and stuff, but I think I know when something's spooky in it. And one thing I like about myself, no one can pressure me to you know, like, I don't know, if you was to go to a shop and they'll say it's a one-time only offer, you're not gonna get this if you don't come back, or if you stuff like that. I'm the guy who say, alright, cool, I'll walk away. Like, I stubborn, people, and rightly or wrongly, that I was gonna be why I make it inside or the death of me, really. Cause I'm a very stubborn person. I've also known people, it's a small world, rightly or wrongly, because I've made some good connections, and I don't want to talk too tough, but obviously I've not seen eye to eye with certain people already in this industry, and then I can't lie, like, sometimes, like, there was one time I didn't like someone, but I'm at an event, I'm like, I see them, and they see me, I'm like, raw, like, the world is small, like, I'm not gonna bread it, like, we're not boys, and we don't need to be cool, but it made me think, and like, like, certain environments, people you don't like and stuff, is mad, like, the world's small, I'm a professional man and that, and if it's a swingers, it's a swingers, but been in these certain incidences, I'm like, right, like, the world is small, you know, and people talk. Even if my man could spread some false gossip, and then it might get back to this person, and that person might not even know me, but they can only deal with what they're listening to, innit, and they'll be like, stay clear of this guy. Like, I don't believe if someone can be blackballed, really, but people can be blackballed, so you get me. I've learned that the scene is who you know and not what you know, and things like that, and it's also taught me, like, really and truly, if you don't make excuses, car, again, I don't have the best visuals, the best equipment and stuff, but I wouldn't be in this situation of spoken with certain people, from professional footballers to other people, like, because if I read a book, people, it won't be the most exciting, but you wouldn't be surprised the sort of people I've interacted with and that, all just off of vid, people. Like, the thing I like the most is players, parents and stuff are saying good job, and people are putting on, people, like, there was one incident, there's a certain player whose dad is very, very much a football man. He watches my vids, he put his player on, his child on, his son on, to my vids, and these sort of things there, and like a couple people, professional ballers that I've made vids on, come in my DMs like, yo, good vid, man, thank you very much, and that, like, that's one thing, because I'd like to think, people, I strike you as an honest footballing man. I don't fake this thing for nothing or no one, like, I don't do that, and I'm just me in it. You lot know me, I like to talk about Arsenal and football points in general. I love to talk about young players. I just ultimately staying true to myself, people, because at the end of the day, if you can't stay true to yourself, what can you do? On that note, I'm going to get out of here. People, DG, I'm out.